Work's over. And now it's time to go off the clock. Your favorite destination for the hottest sports topics, fantasy insight, betting lines, and game predictions. Sit back, kick off your shoes. You can even crack a cold one. And enjoy the show. Now, here are your hosts, Tyler, Jake, and Rob.
Yo, what's up? Another week.
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
Jake, welcome back. We got Jake back.
Jake, where's your Kermit the Frog background? Damn it! I requested it.
I kicked Kermit to the frog or to the curb, not to the frog. Kermit is the frog. I kicked him to the curb.
Yeah, feeling better, man?
Oh yeah, man, we're good to roll.
Well, I'm just gonna apologize in advance during this show. I'm gonna be going through some of my lineups because I haven't had a chance yet this morning. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. But
well, I think first what we need to do, Tyler, is get Jake's top 5 list because he didn't do it. I'd be curious who's on there. Because
he didn't tell us either. So
yeah, he didn't tell us. I think it's like a little suspenseful. So I think as he does that, I think we should give him the full screen, and me and you set our lineups, and then we'll try to chime in. There you go, Jake. You got the floor. Let's do this.
All right, let me do something really quick for all of our followers out there, and for T-Gray in particular. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can do this.
Nope.
Don't share that.
No, share it. Share it. Understand what's picture being on the background.
What are you doing here, Jake?
Come on. I feel like he's about to play a theme song.
No theme song coming. I am trying to do something quickly though, so all of our viewers out there, if there's anyone out there watching, don't get annoyed. See if I can do this rather quickly.
Oh no, you're not doing it rather quickly.
There we go. There's that. Click that.
In the Eagles.
You can't. You're probably having it backwards on there.
Yeah.
The Dirty Birds.
The Dirty Birds.
Are they in your number one spot or what? Is that what you're?
Is that what you're?
Well, all right. For all of our viewers out there, if any of you lovely people out there watching the show this morning, we want to appreciate y'all. But 2, the best team in the NFL right now is the Philadelphia Eagles. Tonight, they're going to showcase it again. I'm just not bought in on the Cowboys for some reason. I just don't know. I'm not a Cowboys hater. I love the Texans, but I'm not a Cowboys hater. I'll root for them if the Texans aren't playing. Just something about them, Tyler.
Well, let me ask you this, Jake.
The defense is legit. I'll give them that. I'm not. It's the offense that confuses me. Zeke sucks. Pollard is starting to grow on me. I had Zeke for a while in my league, so I always wanted to hate Pollard, but I can't hate him anymore because I'm just starting to realize like the dude is really good.
Yeah, man. I mean, their running game, Zeke's not what he once was, but it's like a good boxer. Zeke's the jab that's just going to come in, hit, and then Pollard's the knockout punch for him. He's going to hit the home run, and that's because Zeke's wearing down the defenses. But I mean, if you're not bought in the Cowboys, that's fine. I just want to know why you're bought in on the Eagles then, because the only thing that I could argue with you is they do have that 0 next to their 5. They are undefeated, but the way that they've gotten there, are you super impressed with, or are you just looking at that record and be like, oh man, it's the only undefeated team?
Obviously the record, I mean, it's hard to obviously put somebody that's higher. It's hard to put a 5-0 team out of the at least top 2, maybe you could say 3, you know what I mean? I just feel like they really have a complete team. I think their defense matches up with the Cowboys defense really well. I think the Eagles, I don't know on fantasy or like what rankings wise or numbers wise, what they are. The defense is ranked. The Eagles defense is ranked. I don't know.
It matched up against almost every team in the league. So
Would I
You
take
said-
would I take Jalen Hurts over Cooper Rush and or Dak Prescott? 100%. Would I
You take him
that-
over a healthy Dak Prescott?
100%. I think 100%. I just don't like. I don't know, man. Dak's kind of one of those guys. Dak's kind of like the Aggies. Like, there's so much
So-
hype, and then he just like doesn't like come through. Dak's in the mix. I
Yeah.
like Dak. Like,
He
I
led the
like
number
him.
one
Just
offense in the league
what-
last year, but
So
Where did it get you?
just putting it out there, the Eagles have the 13th best run defense. The against quarterbacks, they're fourth with the best pass defense, and the locking down wide receivers are 20th.
Yeah,
Fantasy
so maybe the
rankings.
Cowboys. I'm not a big like numbers guy on defenses and stuff. I don't have the time to look into that kind of stuff for all of our viewers. But I just think the defense is pretty similar to the Cowboys defense. I think it'll be a great game tonight. I'm a big AJ Brown guy. Devontae Smith's finally coming around. Dallas Goedert, I think, is better right now than I'm blanking.
Schultz.
Schultz, but
Dalton
Schultz is
Dalton-
hurt.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz is banged up. Obviously, there was a lot of hype around him. I don't know, man. I'm just bought in on the Eagles. I just think they're a lot of fun to watch. The offense is really high powered. I just feel like Cooper Rush is one of those quarterbacks. He's obviously a backup. He's doing amazing. He's doing everything you could ask for. 5-0 in his career starts, right, Tyler?
The only thing
5-0.
the only thing that really worries me about the Eagles, and that's why I think me and Tyler both didn't have them at number one, was because if you lock down that run offense, you're forcing Jalen Hurts to throw the ball, and he's not really the best accurate thrower. And then I just don't see Jalen Hurts
He's
like going to
making
beat you in
enormous
the throwing game.
strides, though. I mean, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown are having solid years.
Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts has
solid
4
years.
touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the year through 5 games.
How many?
4 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions.
Exactly.
What's Cooper
so-
Rush at?
4 touchdowns,
Well,
no interceptions.
4-0.
So you're throwing. So his throwing game equals what a backup quarterback is for Dallas. So
But
that's what the
I guess
weakness
but
of
I
their
guess the
offense
question,
is.
Rob. But I guess the question, Rob, is if you can't stop it, why? You know what I mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
100%,
I'm
100%.
not saying
No?
that. I'm just saying that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
weakends of their offense. Is like you're making you if you could beat the run of that Eagles offense, you're making Jalen Hurts throw the ball, which he's not a particularly good thrower. Like he's
I
like
guess
Michael Vick.
If Jalen
like
Hurts
Michael
has
Vick.
to throw more than 25, 30 times in any game this season, not even just against the Cowboys, then their
So,
chances
my
of winning, I
question-
think, goes down.
My question is for you, Jake. All right, take the run game out. Who would you rather have?
But I can't take the
listen,
run. I can't.
Listen
I
to
can't.
me. Listen to
I
my.
can't take
Listen
the
to
run.
me. You
can't do
have
that.
the number one defense. You lock down the run. Who would you rather have, Josh Allen or fucking Jalen Hurts throwing the ball?
Well, that's
I would
a
have that.
different top. We're not,
That's not a
Josh
different
Allen doesn't-
topic.
We're,
It's
talk-
the
we're talking
same-
about the Cowboys versus the Eagles. We're not talking about Josh Allen. I would rather have
Show-
Josh Allen. Yes, I would rather have Josh Allen, but that's not the debate right now. The debate is essentially the Cowboys versus the Eagles. You went to the Bills. Like we were talking apples and peanuts, and you started talking about steaks or something like that. I don't know what you're talking about right now, Rob.
No, my argument is that the reason why I don't have them as number one team in the league is because if you lock down one segment of their offense, they're not a great throwing team. Like they're not. If you lock down the running game of the Bills, Josh Allen still could throw 53 yards and win. 53 passes still win the game. I'm just that's
Right.
the difference
Hey,
between
Rob,
the number
hey,
one.
Here,
team.
let me
Hey,
say
Rob.
something. Go ahead, Jake. Go first.
I was just going to say really softly, hey, Rob, guess what? The beauty of this right now is that y'all asked me my top 5,
I
not
know.
yours.
I'm just saying.
So
That's
it's all
my-
good. It's all good because we're not talking about y'all's top 5. We're talking about old Jake Kermit the Frog's top 5.
Yeah, we are.
And
we
right
are.
now, it's the
Kermit Frog.
Philadelphia- And right now, it's the Philadelphia Eagles for me. Tyler, I'm going to give you the floor. Let me just bang these out really quick. I got the Eagles. And then, Rob, I'll give it to you. I got your Bills. And then I got the Chiefs. He's the real Kermit the Frog.
You put
Number
ketchup on
4,
steaks too?
No, my girlfriend does it. It's fucking annoying. She puts it on everything. I'll cook some badass chicken or some badass pork chops. Hey, where's the ketchup? Like, get that shit out of here, man. Chiefs number 3, Bucks number 4, Ravens number 5. But
You still got the Bucks number 4?
yeah, I can't cat out the goat yet. I think they're starting to get healthy. I'm big on Chris Godwin this week. 10 and 6 in targets, 16 targets over the last 2 games coming off of a knee, and other issues. He's always banged up, but yeah, can't
Look,
can't
I
rule
want to
out
ask
Goat
you
yet.
2 things. Or actually, I want to ask you one thing, then I want to say one thing. I'm gonna go towards the Bill or to the Bucks right now. What's your? Because me and Rob talked about it for a little while during the weekly show that you were unable to attend. But what's your thoughts on the roughing the passer this past week?
Yeah, it's tough. You know what I mean? I saw something that said everyone's chopping up Tom Brady, but he's the only one that was able to live through kind of some of the hits that he used to take. And there was like a montage video, like some of the hits he used to take like 10, 15 years ago. And that dude used to get fucked up.
Oh
Like back in
yeah,
the early 2000s, Tom Brady, like, saw, like, I understand, like, he's been through both eras. But to answer your question directly, um, I agree with who said it best the other day. I think it was Troy Aikman or somebody said, take your dresses off or something like that. And I think it's true, man. I think it's getting bad. It's like when you're playing, I was never a big football player. I played a couple years in high school and, of course, growing up. But it's like when you're out there running full speed, bro, you can't stop yourself,
I
especially
think
with all that momentum. Like, dude, unless you're just gonna like, I think roughing the passer should be more so of
should it be
time
reviewed?
after time after he throws, then you hit him. So Tyler, if you're the quarterback and I'm the DE, and you throw the ball, and maybe a couple seconds later I run, still level you, that's roughing the passer. Not if I land on top of you or something like that, bro. I can't, like, I'm 300 pounds. I don't know how much football equipment weighs or shoulder pads and shit, probably 10, 20, 30 pounds. Like, so I have an extra 20, 30 pounds of me. I can't sometimes control where I land and shit like that. Or if I
yeah.
maybe hit you too high or something like that, that's too, but bro, it's getting bad. Like,
Should
this
it
is,
be
look,
reviewed? Should
this is whack, bro. This is fucking whack.
should it be reviewed? Some coaches came out this week and
For
said they
sure.
want
Yeah.
they want it to be
I
reviewed.
think that gets to the weeds because you're like, hey, review this, review that, and then it starts getting into like the time management of the game and stuff like that. I think maybe you should get so many reviews, maybe 1 or 2. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, bro, I hate the whole landing on top of the quarterback. Like, people can't fucking help that. I know sometimes
Yeah.
they probably do it on purpose, but it's like, bro, come the fuck on, man. Like,
Man,
Yeah.
here's
I think go ahead.
Rob.
No, I was just saying, like, I agree. Like, what I reference is like Chris Jones. What he said, Tyler. We kind of discussed this on our weekly show on Tuesday. Is like, he's 300 pounds. Like, what the fuck you want him to do? Like, he's not trying to land on it, but he's running full speed at the quarterback to tackle the quarterback. That's his job, and you expect him to like hit the quarterback, but also move his weight to the side so he doesn't land. It's like almost impossible. Now you like. I don't even know who could do that. So it's ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I mean the rule is, at least in the rule book, it's defined. I think pretty dang good. You can't hit them up top in the head. You can go down low, but it has to be like
In the
you know
middle, like the
above the
rib
knees.
area. Yeah,
Um, but like you said, I think all these plays too, especially last week's with Chris Jones stuff, a lot of it is contextual, and that's why I think that you need to be able to review the play. I
yeah.
mean, he's not only sacking him, but he's also causing a fumble and trying to recover it. That should take precedent over how he should land on top of somebody. Like,
Well,
that's part of the game. But
yeah.
anyways, next
I
thing
just
I
want
want
to
to
say,
say,
I want to end something on that really quick. I think, well, that the Bucks Falcons game, everyone was bitching because I don't know who the DE or the linebacker was that tackled Brady.
Grady
They said he
Jarrett.
kind of, yeah, Grady Jarrett, he kind of slung him to the ground. I think about hits like that, and now I'm talking about a different position, what I'm about to say, but it's still kind of under the similar topic. When the Chiefs played the Chargers a couple weeks ago, Derwin James had that nasty hit on Travis Kelce. He like picked him up and slammed him on the ground. Dude, I would in a million years much rather get slung to the ground by somebody, you sling me to the ground, than to get little Boyd and picked up and fucking body slammed to the ground. Like, if you're not going to call a hit like that, like, I know that's obviously not a quarterback. Travis or Derwin's not a quarterback, but still some type of like unnecessary roughness or something like that. I think you're really going to, like,
Well, that's the
I don't
thing.
know.
I mean, protecting the other players on the field, not just the quarterback.
Yeah, protect
yeah.
everyone, bro. Like, if you're gonna pick somebody up and body slam them to the ground and not call any type of roughing passer, but you're gonna take precedent over a quarterback, like, bro, he's a grown ass man as well. Like he's part of the
Yeah,
53
I mean,
man
if
roster.
you're
Like,
gonna force the rule, you have to force the rule with everybody. You can't be
yeah,
like, well, he's the quarterback and like the tight end that gets hit on fucking low blocks all the time. Just like, oh, it
yeah.
is what it is. You know that you have to enforce the rule. So it's either you make it reviewable regarding quarterbacks, or you enforce it with everybody, and then we're just gonna have flags all over the place at this point. So
Yeah, but quarterbacks are pansies, man. I mean, they're not all pansies. Like, I couldn't
I
be a
think the
quarterback,
other argument
but it's
regarding
like,
Tom, I think the other argument was like Tom Brady was talking to the refs, before, like
You
saying
hear
he's
his
hitting you
press
like,
conference during this week?
yeah, he was like, I don't throw the flags, but he was obviously talking to the refs about something, and then all of a sudden, then the next
well, they're
play,
like the quarterbacks, like the fucking NBA players. They're all, oh,
like I don't know what's
oh,
going on, you don't know what's
oh,
going on.
oh.
So,
Like,
but
come
it's what,
on, bro.
yeah, it is what it is. I mean, just hope next year changes a little bit, but so yeah, let's kind of segue to some like fantasy football stuff because I want to get to we have some interesting topics, and I would like to hear some people's point of
Oh, my
views.
waiver claim for Daryl Henderson just went through. I picked him up.
How
off
is he
waivers.
on waivers?
Where? Who the hell?
Somebody dropped him the morning before the Cam Akers report came out.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
How many
Like,
people are
okay,
in that league?
It's a
Is that the
10-man.
Mickey
It's
Mouse-
a 10-man.
Is that the
That
Mickey
is-
Mouse 6-man family league?
No, that's a 10-man.
that's
Uh.
the dumbest thing. So who we sitting? Who we starting? What we feeling for this week, fellas? Who we got?
I mean, I might just go ahead and start it right there. I think you got to start Daryl Henderson this week, right? He's a bona fide flex play this week for the first time in a few weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Cam
I
Akers
think he's
is
a
out
bona
of
fide
there.
RB2.
Hey, here's the thing, though. I say this now, but I could be totally wrong because they got rookie from Notre Dame, Kyron Williams, right behind him now. And he can catch the ball out of the backfield. They may lean on him some, and it might be a committee still. Who knows? But I think you still got to start Daryl Henderson this week. But another play I'll give you. Miami, their quarterback, he's not there. Tua's going to be cleared, though, for next week. Bridgewater's not there. They're starting, Skylar Thompson or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Dolphins,
You got to start that defense that they're playing. I'm going blank right now. Who are they playing? Minnesota. You got to start the Minnesota defense, I think, this week. I think what they're going to do is they're going to try to stop the run, and they're going to play bracket coverage on those two speedsters. Make that quarterback throw the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw 2 or 3 interceptions by that guy.
I would agree with you, but the problem
if you need to stream a defense
I'm
this
not,
week, look at the Vikings.
I'm not worried about the Vikings defense, honestly. Like, if I'm starting anybody, I'm still playing Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, no question.
I just don't think. I just think that if you're looking for a defense, there's a lot of better options for you than just, let's play a defense against a rookie quarterback. I don't have any fear against that defense. Like, I just don't. I mean, they have a good front, but when it comes down to the secondary, Patrick Peterson is 5 years too old, in my opinion, to even play even the 2 cornerback. The line's pretty close regarding that game. Anyways, this plus 3.5 with the over 45. So Vegas is even predicting for that to be just torch city for both defenses. But yeah, I mean, I respect your opinion.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to keep Minnesota on my team for very long, but I'm saying this week, I think that could be a really good start for somebody if your defense is on bye, you have a bad matchup.
All right. Well, Jake, what do you think?
I'll give my sit after you guys.
Jake.
Yeah. No, my must sit, James Robinson. I'm out on him. I think it's finally Travis Etienne season. Coach even came out and said that they need to start giving him more touches. I think it was a matter of time. Kind of one of those things where it was just if you had Etienne, you were kind of starting to become frustrated because you probably drafted him in the 3rd round, maybe 4th round. But I think if you can sell, that'll set. I'm not going to give away our next topic, but I'll save that for next. My must start. Rob's going to laugh at me, but Najee Harris. No, for real though. I think I hear the chatter in the locker room.
I think it's crazy we're even talking about Najee Harris as a must start because you should,
you should
of the season
start him.
but I think it has gotten to that point.
Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously, Mike Tomlin. I don't know. I used to like Mike Tomlin. This year, he's kind of annoying me. He's like when he started Trubisky, people were asking him, "Hey, are you going to make a switch over?" He's, "Oh no, Trubisky's our guy." And then the week before they made the change, "Hey, are you going to make any changes, Tomlin?" "Oh no, we haven't even thought about that." And then the next
Listen,
week, "Oh, we're going to change." Like, I just wish people were more genuine. Like, I know you don't want to leak all the information, but hey, man, come out there in the press conference
I
or
mean,
presser and say, "Let me finish, Rob. Let me finish what I got to say, God damn it, and then I got you." I just wish people, because this is always pisses me off about players, coaches, just be genuine in the media. Stop being fake, man. If you're a coach and you're saying, "Look, man, we're going to put the best player out there every single week, regardless of if that's Trubisky or Pickett." I don't, you know what I mean? Like, whoever we're going to put out there, whoever gives us the best chance to win. Like, you're not going to. There's no way in hell you're thinking the whole time Trubisky's going to be your guy for the whole year. Like, we know what Mitch Trubisky is. Like, and that just kind of goes with Najee Harris and that Jalen Warren guy. Like, I understand, like he's saying he's going to give Warren more snaps, but I just feel like they truly think on the back end Najee is their guy. Like, I don't know. I don't think this is going to become a Tony Pollard Zeke situation. Well, Jalen Warren might get some snaps, but I don't know. I saw that video of Najee saying the plates out of his foot, and I kind of got a little boner. So.
I mean, I would just say this about Mitch Trubisky. The Chicago Bears didn't want him, and that's like, look at how the Bears are playing now. They barely scored a touchdown on Thursday Night Football, so that just says it enough. I mean, he's just probably the most overrated quarterback coming out of college since Jamarcus. In my mind, he was drafted way too high.
We're good old Johnny.
Oh, I would honestly,
Johnny.
I would rather pick Johnny Manziel or fucking Mitch and Jamarcus, because at least I get some Johnny Magic. I mean, there's nothing Mitch did right in Chicago.
You get the hype.
You get the hype. At least get something out of it. But that's
what about you, Rob? Who's your must start and must sit?
Tyler took my must start. I was going to pick Darrell Henderson in the flex. I mean, it just made sense right there. But I'm gonna switch things up. I'm gonna say a must start is DK.
Come on, Rob. Give us a harder one than that.
Look, DK is not the most.
I think he's an automatic lock. He's projected 65 points. 16 points this week.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's still Geno Smith. Like,
it's still Geno.
Okay. Like, still. I mean, I'll give you a twofer, but like DK, I think it's he's pushing to become a wide receiver 1 now in most fantasy with that 16.5 projection with the 14.6 points per game. His target share, the first 2 games of the season, 7-6, and he went to 7-6 to 12, 10, and 8. Plays against a very weak Arizona secondary in my mind. I mean, I just don't know what's going on with Arizona this year. I think, that head coach is probably on his way out in my mind, but I just think that
they've been banged up.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's everybody's banged up, but it's no excuse at this point. I mean, you have with that much talent on your team, you shouldn't be struggling to win any game. My must sit is DJ Moore. Like, with the whole everything going on with Carolina.
Look what I'm looking up right now.
What, DJ Moore? Yeah,
I'm a believer in him though. I saw.
I love
Walker plays that.
I love DJ Moore. I think I love DJ Moore, and if you put DJ Moore on any team outside of the Carolina Panthers, he's always a must start for me. But for people that have DJ Moore on their fantasy team, I understand the frustration. Like, it is very frustrating.
Are y'all getting him? I heard y'all might get him. Like, a really good chance.
We'll see. I don't think so.
I just say this: do you want him, T?
Depends on what we have to give up for him. I'm not giving up.
I mean, the Packers. I would say I think the Packers should go get him.
If it was a second or third round pick,
I think they want a first.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was.
The Cowboys have been drafting so well. I don't want to give up a first round pick for DJ Moore.
The 5 games in the season, targets 37, receiving 17, not even 200 yards receiving.
But you gotta remember, the dog shit Baker's been back there, Rob.
But still, I mean, even with dog shit, I mean, come on. You just said the freaking backup quarterback was doing better with him. Sam Darnold was doing better with him. I mean, he's had 1,000-yard seasons for the past 3 seasons, so it's not like
Is Sam Darnold better than Baker Mayfield?
I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
Is he?
Like, I
Is he?
think they're equal at this point. I don't think Sam Darnold is that great. There was a huge hype coming out of USC with him, but I just don't think he was that great. But
he's had plenty of time to show if he's good or
for
not.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, people blame the Jets offensive line, which rightfully so. It was really terrible when he was there, but I don't think he's that there. But that's my must set, DJ Moore. I just don't think he's even viable to put in the flex for me. I think I need to. It's kind of a wait and see, or even if you have an offer with him included with something, get rid of him as fast as possible. So.
Tigre, I got a question for you, bro. It's going to segue into our next thing, but I think I already know what's coming from you. But what's your underdog of the week? Some of these are tough, man. I'm looking at these lines, and they're tough.
Before I get to that, I want to say my must sit because I haven't said that yet.
Oh, I thought you touched on it. My bad, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, I was going back and forth between a few people too on this, and this you might not be able to afford to sit this player this week. But I think you got to sit AJ Dillon.
Yeah,
the past couple weeks, he's been trending downwards, and until that pack, now I wouldn't be any bit surprised if he had a huge game today, though. But they have not been giving him the ball nearly as much as what I thought. Now, at the start of the season, I think week 1 or 2, he got a lot of touches, but it's just slowly progressed down. That offense, I mean, I don't know what the hell they're doing this past week in London, but I'd be scared. I'd be scared to start AJ Dillon this week, even though I really do like him as a player. I think he's a good football player, but I just don't know.
Probably like a deep league.
They're not
in a deep league, like in a 14-man league. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to start him there, but
they're not utilizing him the right way. That's the problem with the Packers. Like last week in London, they had the ball at the 2, and literally they could just ran the ball in with AJ Dillon and scored a touchdown. The game's over. And they decided to do 2 passes. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me what the logic is there. I mean, you have, I think, AJ Dillon's like 260, 265 or something like that with some massive ass quads.
I don't think he's that big, but
he's huge. I mean, he's a huge dude. But I mean, he has some massive ass thighs, and I would rather have him running.
Now let me put this into an example, real quick. I got AJ Dillon, Eno Benjamin, and Darrell Henderson. I got to play 2.
What are you talking about? Benjamin and Darrell? Yeah, what?
I mean, but
that's what he's saying.
If you said this last week, though, I mean, there's no question.
Oh,
I mean, I got Swift out on IR, but I also have Brian Robinson on this team, so we'll see how that.
Hey, no, I have a question for you. I have a question for anyone that's listening and for the homies. Let me pull it up really quick.
Aaron. As he's pulling them.
No, here's the question. At my flex spot, Isaiah McKenzie against the Chiefs or Deion Jackson, the Colts running back against the Jacksonville Jaguars, because Hines and JT is out.
Dude, I think I'm going to stream Deion Jackson in a league this week.
You would stream Deion Jackson over Isaiah McKenzie against the Chiefs?
Yeah, I would definitely do that in a heartbeat. Isaiah
McKenzie's been very touchdown dependent.
Yeah,
Dawson Knox is coming back. Dawson Knox is back.
Yeah,
let's see.
Isaiah
McKenzie has 3 touchdowns in his 4 games that he's played.
I understand that, and that's why I'm saying he's touchdown dependent. If you think that trend's going to continue, then maybe so. But I think you're going to.
But I'm saying for this week, though, T. Do you think I'm almost guaranteed a touchdown in such a high-scoring game? I feel like I am.
That's what I'm saying. If you think so, then I mean, I think it's a coin flip. But if you're a little weary, I think you go Deion Jackson, just because I do think that he's going to have 3-4 catches out of the backfield. So there's 4 points from me, and he's going to have about 10 to 15 touches on the ground.
Yeah,
probably more on the lower end of that. But
he does have Phillip Lindsay behind him. But I think Deion Jackson's. I don't know. I'm trying to think last game when they played the.
It's going to be a split backfield, but I think.
Yeah.
With that team, I mean, no matter what, especially in a PPR league, if you're in standard, maybe not, but their running backs are going to touch the ball.
Yeah. I think he's kind of like – I think Jackson's kind of like the Pollard, and Phillip Lindsay's kind of like the Zeke. Phillip Lindsay's going to get like the bruiser back touches, and then Jackson's going to be like that versatile can break one for 40, 50 yards. It's probably going to get some receiving work. But, yeah, just had a quick question. Man, I'm looking at these games, boys, and I'm just like, everything's, I don't know. I'm just, for my underdog of the week, I think they're giving, y'all might laugh at me, but I think they're giving the Panthers too many points.
Well, remember, I thought our dog of the week was to win the game, not to cover.
Oh, that is true. Damn, I've been out of it for a week. Fuck, man.
Come on, Kermit. Come on, Kermit.
Which I think is very tough this week.
I don't like. Okay, I'll just run through them really, really quickly. I don't like the Broncos. I don't think the Cowboys are going to win. The Chiefs, man, I think it might be the Chiefs. I don't think the Seahawks will win. The Panthers, then definitely not. They'll cover. I think they'll cover, but they won't win. Steelers won't win. Giants won't win. Saints won't win. Dolphins ain't going to win with fucking Thompson.
Yeah, I think that
Maybe the Jags?
Saints Bengals game might be close.
Maybe the Jags or the Jets.
What about the Seahawks?
The Seahawks are pretty good. Why are you underrated Seahawks? Like that's
They're at
a
home.
close
Yeah,
spread right there.
They're at home.
I don't bet against the Cardinals. I really like the Cardinals.
So who's your underdog of the week? Let's get that to brass tacks. Who's your
Yeah.
underdog of the week?
You got to pick somebody.
You got to pick somebody. Don't give me the lines. Don't go through the whole schedule. Who pick one team that you want to win, and you're gonna go cash out, win that $1 million, get me half. And
I
we'll
ain't
all
putting
hit
my
the bank.
money on. I ain't putting my money on this. But I'll say it for the sake of the stream. I'll take the Jags.
Jags, okay.
I'll take the Jags.
Rob.
I'm gonna go a little more adventurous. I don't know. Fuck that. I'm going to the lines right now. I'm actually
The
going
who?
to pick.
He's going through
I'm
the
going
lines.
through the lines right now.
Oh, I thought you
Tyler.
said the Lions, Tyler. The Lions.
It sounded like it. It was close.
No,
I knew what he was saying though.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna go the Giants plus 5.5.
You think they can beat the Ravens?
I didn't think they could beat the Packers in London, but they fucking did it somehow. I think Saquon's gonna go off again. I think that Ravens defense is not that
That's
great.
a Power 5 team for you, Jake.
Yeah, it's not happening. I'll respect him. He's Rob's my boy, but I'm not.
Hey,
I don't like
when the Giants come out, I want to see the NY in the background for you now.
Look, Rob. I was hoping that you'd take the Seahawks because that would lead me to pick my Cowboys again because I don't want to pick the same team as y'all.
I was
that
just
didn't happen.
trying to get
I'm going to take
something.
Seattle. I'm going to take
I think
Seattle at
Seattle's
home.
gonna win, but I was trying to be
take the
more
Cowboys,
adventurous.
Tyler. Take the
I'm
Cowboys.
taking Seattle at home. Look, do you want to give me the floor for like a minute about the Cowboys real quick and the Eagles matchup? I want to give y'all some insight here. The Eagles have not played a defense that's ranked above 16th in the league yet, all season long. Okay? They have not played a defense above 16th. The Cowboys obviously have the number one defense right now. Them and the 49ers, I think you can 1A or 1B. Yes, it's Cooper Rush. I think the Cowboys are going to run the ball for 150, 175 yards against the Eagles today. But you know what I predict first? The first two drives for the Cowboys, Cooper Rush is going to be slinging the ball. And then they're going to start pounding. That's just my prediction right now. I'm not saying that they're going to win the game. I like my chances, though. I think the Eagles are overrated. I think they're a very solid roster. But for one of the things that Rob said, Jalen Hurts, if you can make him have to throw the ball, especially from the pocket, they're in trouble.
They're in huge trouble.
He's thrown an interception every single time he's played the Cowboys in his career, which is 3 games.
And he's also he has never beat the Cowboys either. So
I'm not gonna predict the game.
I think
probably know who I think's gonna
give me your
win.
final score. What's the final score, T? What's the final score? Let's all give our final score.
I mean, that means I don't predict the game.
Yeah, no,
Actually, I have to predict the game. God dang it!
So let's just segue into our Sunday Night Football picks, and then we can continue to a fantasy.
I got Seattle as my dog of the day. Let's say our locks, then we'll do our Sunday night pick. How about that?
Okay. My lock. I'll segue into my lock and pick. I'm gonna pick Packers 7.5. I think that they're gonna come out and just fucking show the New York Football fucking Jets that they're fucking dog shit still, and that they're gonna score 45 points easily against them. So I'm picking the over on the 45, and I'm taking to the bank Packers win by more than 7.5.
My lock of the week is the Eagles -6.5.
Oh Jesus! You know.
You backing up the
gonna
Brinks truck?
You know what's gonna happen.
I
Jake.
think you're just doing
When
that
the-
to spite
when the
me.
Cow-
God dang it!
That's
I
not my
think
lock
when the
of week.
Cowboys win, you need to come in with a Cowboys background now because
They're
you're
not going
just
to win.
now.
My lock of the week is the Bengals -3.5 against the Saints. No Michael Thomas, no Chris Olave, no Jarvis Landry. You're going to have to make
Yes.
Alvin Kamara beat me, and I will take Jamar Chase. I know what's his name.
Higgins.
Higgins.
I know T. Higgins is out, but Chris Boyd's still a dog. Hayden Hurst is still a dog.
Is
Mixon's
Higgins
still
not
a dog,
playing?
and
I think
it doesn't look like it. They said game time decision, but his projections are still 0. So I
He's
like the
cleared.
Bengals -3.
32 minutes ago, cleared to play.
I'd probably
was
buy the
cleared to
hook.
play.
If I was at the sports book, I'd probably buy the hook. You get it down to 2.5. But if I couldn't, I would still ride at 3 and take the push. But I think they'll win by at least 7. But that's my lock of the week, the Bengals.
Man, I really want to say Indy -1.5 points against the Jags, but both those teams are they scare me from a betting front. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go and lock in San Fran -4 against the Falcons. I think this game's gonna be close though early on, and I think the San Fran defense is just finally gonna wear out Atlanta's offense. No Patterson. Pitts, is he out still? I believe.
No, he's playing today.
He's playing. Well,
Yeah.
he'll basically be out from my guess.
I think Drake London is questionable still. I don't know yet though.
No, it looks like I think Drake London's playing.
Unless Marcus Mariota runs for like 100 yards or something, I think they cover that 4 points. San Fran does.
I like that. Let's see,
Okay.
Drake London. Yeah, Drake London's good to go.
Okay. So Tyler, we all know who you picking for Sunday Night Football, but what's your final score?
My final score. Oof. I think it's gonna be a grinding game again. Give me 23.
The over-under is at 42, T.
Give me 23-20, Dallas.
Oh, hitting
Brett
the
Maher
43
hits
over under.
Brett Maher hits the last second field goal.
Okay, Settler. I know you picking the Eagles. So what's your final?
I think I'm going to take the Eagles 27, Cowboys 20.
I'm picking the Cowboys.
Boo!
I'm picking the Cowboys. I think that they're going to lock down
In
that run.
Philly?
In Philly. I think they're going to lock down that running game. I think Miles Sanders is going to get 1 touchdown, rushing, because he's on my fantasy football team and he knows it, so he needs to get at least 1 TD. I think the final score is going to be 28-14 Dallas. Tony Pollard's going to go off. He's probably going to have 5 catches, about 15 attempts rushing. I think he's going to hit over about 150 yards total with 2 touchdowns. I think I like the defense more of Dallas than I like the defense of Philly, and I just think that
we the boys.
I just think that they're going to make Jalen throw, and Jalen's not going to be comfortable doing it. So,
look, I'm going to say this, fellas. Look out for Jordan Mailata, the Philadelphia Eagles starting left tackle. If he plays or not, if he doesn't play this game, look for that left tackle of the Eagles to have his lunch eaten a lot tonight.
I just if I look on a paper, I like Dallas's defense better than I like Philly's defense. They're really equally the same. I think Dallas is number 3
like
top
Philly's
defense,
offense better than ours,
and Philly's 4. I just think that the Philadelphia's biggest strength is also their biggest weakness, because if you shut down that run game,
if the Cowboys don't turn the ball over one time, if they have 0 turnovers, I think they win the game.
I'm taking the boys. I'm sorry.
So really quickly, boys, I want to segment something else. I know we're running out of time. I just want to update. I want to show y'all our updated Sunday Night Football rankings. So Tyler's in the lead right now.
Yep.
So Tyler's 3-2, and Rod, me and you are both 2-3. Just a quick recap. We don't need a recap. I'm sure y'all know, but Week 1, y'all lost and I won because of the Bucks and Cowboys. Y'all won week 2. Y'all picked the Packers over the Bears, and I picked the Bears, so we were all
bear
1-1
down.
then.
Be
Yep.
bear down on that.
I'm fucking done with the Bears. Fuck the Bears. Fuck the Baylor Bears too. They should have won that game as well. Week 3, y'all picked the Broncos. I picked the Niners, so that put y'all both 2-1, and I was 1-2. Week 4, we all
I
picked
picked the
Bucks.
Niners that week, I thought.
I picked the
I think you
Broncos.
picked-
I knew
No, you
I
picked the-
was. I was
I think
definitely.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we can go back, but for now, we'll say you picked the Broncos. Week 4,
2-1.
we all picked the Bucks, so that put y'all both at 2-2 and me at 1-3. And then last week, Tyler, you picked the Ravens right over the Bengals with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rob picked the Bengals, so that put you at 3-2, Tyler, Rob at 2-3, and me at 2-3. So this will be a key turning week this week. I'll either get left. I'll either get left. Yeah, it's still early, but
I want to go back and look. I think I'm pretty positive I picked the Niners that game.
if you pick the Niners, then that would put you at 2-3. We'd all be 2-3.
we all be 2-3.
Okay.
So.
I was pretty sure I was the only one that was. I mean, I might be wrong.
I definitely do. I pick Russ because I remember how shitty that game was, and I'm like, fucking,
Yeah.
what's going on here? So yeah. All right. I want to segue to a little new segment because it's bye week. It's a little trade season now for fantasy football. Who is everyone buying, and who are you selling? Try to hide to get some guys back. Jake, I'll let you take this away.
Man, I don't know, man. I think the bias is going to come out again, Rob, just because I just did trade for him with you, but I just can't count him out, man. I think if you can buy Najee Harris, obviously it's going to be biased because, Tyler, you don't know, me and Rob just made a big trade in the other league, and I got Najee from him.
You didn't. You say the whole trade, so it was.
I think I might have lost the trade, but I think trades are all about gambles.
Yeah, I mean,
Tyler, if you paying attention?
Yeah.
I gave him Leonard Fournette, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Cooks, and Mike Boone, and I got Najee Harris, Jamar Chase, and Deontay Johnson. So we essentially, I gave him Lenny, I got Najee, I gave him Deebo, I got Jamar, I gave him Brandon Cooks and Mike Boone, I got Deontay Johnson. So it's definitely Deebo and Jamar, you know what I mean?
Rob,
Lenny's
good job.
Yeah. No, I think he might have won that one.
I'm
out on Brandon Cooks. I don't want anything to do with that. Besides,
the logic behind the trade was Jake needed wide receiver depth, and I needed running back depth, and he really didn't want to give me Leonard Fournette, and I was like, listen, if you really want Jamar Chase in this package, you need to include Deebo and fucking Leonard Fournette in this trade.
Two things on my thinking. I think I got the short end, but I just really wanted to get.
You got Town back.
Deontay Johnson. Huh?
Who are your other running backs?
CMC and James Conner. I have on that.
Okay.
I have four. So my big four in that league. It's a 14-man league, Tyler. I have CMC, Najee, Devontae Adams, and Jamar Chase as my big four, and James Conner as my flex.
How do you have CMC, Adams? Did he trade for one of those two?
I drafted CMC. I drafted James Conner. I drafted all.
How did you get Adams?
Would you like to say how you got Adams there, Jake?
I mean, I traded this guy DK Metcalf and Michael Thomas early and got Devontae. So I gave him DK and Michael Thomas for Devontae.
This dude was like a complete fucking idiot. I was just like,
it was week 2. Michael Thomas was going off. He had like 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks.
It just shows like the. Oh my god!
So I have 4. I have 4 first-round picks in my lineup in a 14-man league.
He gave you fucking top 5 wide receiver for maybe
Michael Thomas fucking sucks.
2 top 20s.
Yeah, 2 top 20s, like a C+ and a B- fucking wide receiver for like an A+. Like, okay.
But I'm big on Deontay Johnson. 4 out of his 5 games this year, he has double-digit targets. He's a PPR monster. And Kenny Pickett no bum. Me and Rob were talking about this really quick before, Tyler. Kenny Pickett, his first game in the league, what he plays the Bills. Now his second game, he gets the Bucs. It's like you can't get a more rough start in the NFL than what you're going through. Like,
no, and there's going to be some growing pains. I think Deontay Johnson, though, he's a flex play at best right now. But
Yeah,
And
I
that's
mean,
what
right
he is in
now,
LA. He's my flex. I have my other two guys. So
right now, Deontay Johnson's the 22nd wide receiver in the league, and like he was my flex anyways going into it. What I really needed on mine because I had Najee and Miles Sanders, and that was like it. Like I had Naeem, and it just didn't make sense. You know, I only had like 3 running backs, and if another one goes hurt, I'm going to be absolutely screwed in that league. So, but I had like a lot of wide receivers. Like right now, I have Debo, DK, Brandon, Romeo, Hunter, and Rondell Moore, and then Kyle Pitts is my tight end. So it's not
well,
like
let me add on to that because I know we're running out of time, Rob. You have a hard stop. I know you're in Montreal. And you got to get on the road. So let me wrap this up. I'll tag on to what you just said. My I just lost my train of thought. My one player I'm going to sell. If you haven't sold him already, you got to stop believing in Kyle Pitts. I'm out on him. I'm over it. I'm done.
man,
Like,
I don't think you can sell him
I'm
though. I
I
don't
feel like
think
I'm putting on
so.
a clown.
I just don't
I
think
feel
you're
like
going
I'm
to get
putting
the
on. I feel like I'm putting on
value.
a clown. I feel like I'm putting on a clown mask every time I start him. I don't have him. I was thinking if I did.
If you sell Kyle Pitts and you're playing in a league where people know what the fuck they're doing, nobody's gonna
I mean-
buy him for anything that's worth his upside. And at
But
that
what is he
position,
worth right now? What's he worth?
he's worth dog shit. That's the thing. Like, I mean, give me like a theoretical trade package that if you're trading for Kyle Pitts, what would you offer?
If you,
him?
Tyler,
What-
if you had
what would you
Kyle
offer
Pitts
him?
and I had Gerald Everett and I said I'll give you Gerald Everett, you give me Kyle Pitts, would you do it?
Probably.
I think if I was you, I wouldn't offer that. Never.
Like I would
saying, I
take
think
Kyle
I-
Pitts, right?
So
Or I'd,
no.
I
You
would
would-
give.
so
you would-
I
you would
traded. So
I'd give
I
away
traded
Kyle
Gerald
Pitts.
Everett. You would get Gerald Everett. I would get
No,
Kyle
I
Pitts.
wouldn't do that.
So
You wouldn't?
like I traded for Kyle Pitts, right? So this is the trade that I did for him, and I think I kind of won. So I gave this guy Jarvis Landry and Keenan Allen for pretty much Kyle Pitts and Rondell Moore. And Keenan Allen's hurt, and he's dealing with a hamstring injury. He just had
I
no
don't like that
setback.
trade at all, Rob.
Well, Keenan Allen's hurt. So what am I going to do with a hurt wide receiver? All right,
Rondell
Stash
Moore.
him.
Yeah, I'm out
stash
on
him
Rondell
for
Moore
what?
after
So like
injury.
you got to remember during that time I had DK, I had Deontay Johnson, and I had somebody else too before I traded him away as well. I had 3 already set wide receivers. So stashing Keenan is like, what am I going to do with him even when he comes back healthy? And he's still
Is he
dealing
okay?
with.
Who was
He's
your
hurt.
tight
He's-
end before?
It was no
Zach
one good.
Ertz.
No, it wasn't because I traded for Jamar Chase Zach Ertz. So it was nobody.
Oh.
It was Ken Brake. That was it. Like
Cameron Brate, that guy
it was
sucks.
it was literally nobody because I traded Jamar Chase, which I gave him Zach Ertz and James Robinson for Jamar Chase.
Unless you're willing, if you have Kyle Pitts, unless you're willing to go ahead and put what his upside is aside and look at him for what he is right now, and you want to trade him for, say, a Gerald Everett straight up, that might be an upgrade right this minute. But that upside, dude, it's tough.
You're just
dude.
hoping he breaks out. You're just hoping, like, you know what I mean?
So,
It's like, how
like-
long can you wait?
I mean,
so here's
if I'm getting Gerald
so-
Everett, though, I can wait a long time. But I think that's like, I mean, that's the thing. You're not going to, any manager's not going to give up jack shit for Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. So I'm just saying right now, Keenan Allen is technically still out, and they're not expecting him to be any close back until at least another 3 weeks.
Really? Is that what they're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, so like he's out this week against the Broncos. He's not playing. He's not even doing like drills. He's just basically trying to get his endurance back. So he's really dealing with a hamstring issue. So I looked at it like this. I have Keenan Allen here, who's probably not going to be back until at least the Chargers bye. Okay, and I needed a tight end badly. So it's a smart idea to look at the Kyle Pitts upside, then looking at what I have in Keenan Allen, who is right now technically going to be in my IR and can't do anything with. So
Yeah,
I
no,
need
Kyle
to
Pitts
trade.
is definitely he's a sexy lineups like play. He's a sexy lineup play.
He's
Stop
still the
getting
number
almost-
8 tight end in the league. He's not like he's like under
That
the top
position,
10.
that position is so funny.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but still, I mean,
You know what I'm about to do in one of my leagues next season? I'm taking the tight end position out. I've seen a lot of like big time Vegas leagues do this. You take the tight end position out and you insert it and replace it with a pass catcher flex position. So wide receiver or tight end position, not a wide receiver, running back, tight end flex,
So
but a
like
wide
a
receiver,
wide
tight
receiver.
end flex. Pass catcher flex. So you got to put in somebody that's a pass catcher. Now you can draft Travis Kelce high. You can draft Mark Andrews high and play them in that position, no problem.
Yeah.
But for those guys that are trying to stream Conklin or Cameron Brate every week or something like that, then they can go ahead and I'm going to stream Rondell Moore instead, or whatever the case is.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what
that's
your
a good
guys'
idea.
thought about that is, but
Well, we could probably cover that another day.
We can cover that another topic. Rob, you only got 13 minutes, so you have to be
Yeah, I
out
gotta
of the
get
hotel,
going
so.
soon. So I'm gonna cover my starts and sits, and then real fast. I mean, not start sits, sell high, buy kind of thing. I'm buying Debo. I mean, I love Debo Samuel. I think he's a unique wide receiver. He's a wide receiver running back because they use him in so different ways. Yeah, you worry about him because he is such a big component in that offense because he runs the ball and also catches the ball, and you worry about him getting hurt. But I think that if you look at pure upside, I'm buying him. And what I'm selling right now, if you can, I'm trying to get rid of James Robinson. Like, get rid of James Robinson as fast as possible before people realize it's the Travis Etienne show. Like, I was lucky, got rid of James Robinson high, and that's how I got Jamar Chase because it was just at his high point. But if you have offers, you have interest for James Robinson, especially with a lot of injuries and running back right now, get rid of him. Like I would take a wide receiver 2 for him and pretty much anything. If somebody's offering you DK Metcalf for James Robinson straight up, take it. Like, because you're gonna win that trade in the long run.
I don't know, man. I think ETN is going to get his share, but I think James Robinson's still going to eat. He makes their offense tick the best.
But it's still leading towards the ETN show right now. That's
Would you trade him for Deontay Johnson?
Straight up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I think the Steelers offense is going to be playing behind a lot. So they're going to end up throwing the ball more, and Deontay's going to get like Settler said, like freaking 13 targets a game, and I'd rather take
4 out of 5 games. He's got double digits. Like,
yeah, so I'd rather take that over a guy that's splitting shares with a guy that's a lot better than him. In my mind, I think Etienne is better than James Robinson. You can play him in the wide receiver. You can play him as a running back. You can play him in the slot. Like, there's so many opportunities than what James Robinson could do in that offense. So,
T, bang out chairs real quick, bro. Let's get ready for some football.
Man, okay, so I'm going to do my buy player. And this is somebody a lot of people probably don't think about, but I think right now for what you could probably give up to get him, you're not going to have to give up a whole lot. I think the upside's there. It's Michael Gallup for my Cowboys. I think he's just now starting to get fully healthy off his torn ACL. He's played 2 games now. He had a touchdown in his first game. Now, this is only if Dak comes back in the next couple weeks, which I think all signs say yes. But once Dak comes back, he's going to be the wide receiver 2 of that offense right behind CeeDee Lamb. They love throwing a lot of deep jump balls to him. I think you could get him for very cheap to have as a flex player on your team. If you're hurting at wide receiver and you have, let's say, I don't know, let me try to think of somebody. Say you got like Deion Jackson. Okay. If he goes off this week or something, and, Taylor's still out a little bit, nursing his ankle, Hines, who knows what his deal is. People might, I want Deion Jackson shares right now. I'll give up Michael Gallup. He's probably sitting on my bench or something. I'll give him up for that. You give him up, you let him rent Deion Jackson for another week or 2, and you take Michael Gallup where you can ride with him for, the remainder of the season pretty much in your flex role. This is in strictly 12 or more team leagues.
Yeah.
But my sell, dude, it's so crazy. I think fantasy football this year has been just pretty weird in my opinion. But what about Devin Singletary? What about Devin Singletary for the Bills?
What are you selling for?
What would you want for him? Because you're not going to get what you actually want for Devin.
The upside is there,
but you're not going to get the upside of it.
I'm just saying the receiving work. he's one of those guys that's like, I don't know, he's on such a high-powered offense. Like you expect so much out of him, and he can give you 20 points. He that one game like fucking 10 catches. It's like he can get the receiving work, but then you kind of go in thinking like, he's probably gonna give me 10 points. You know what I mean? So it's like that's tough.
I'll give you another one right here. Miles Sanders. I know both of you guys roster him on a couple of your teams. I think I had Miles Sanders his rookie year, his second year in fantasy. Didn't do jack shit for me. And he's had, one or two good games this year. That offense, he's still not the primary runner on that team. He shares with Scott and Gainwell. But Jalen Hurts is the primary runner.
But he's the number 4 rusher in the league. Like, he's not getting rushes. Like,
it's just going to trend downwards. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm looking at his game log. 13, 17, 15. He had 27 against Jacksonville and then 15 again. I mean, he's averaging about 15 carries outside that game. 96, 80, 46, 134, 58. I can't trust him. I think what you could get for Miles Sanders right now, I think you sell him.
I got a prop bet for you, Tigre. I got 2 of them. I got Miles Sanders over his rushing yards today at 64.5. And then I also I'm trying to find the line for Miles Sanders anytime touchdown tonight. I saw some stats that he does really. Miles Sanders plus 140 to score a TD tonight. That's the one I'm backing the Brinks truck up to. Plus 140, Miles Sanders anytime touchdown.
I think tonight he will get a touchdown, like I said, because he knows he's on my fantasy team. But I still think Dallas is still winning that game.
Yo, Tigre, how many beers deep are you going to be by the 7:20 kickoff? Over under 6.5 before the game.
Under. I'm not going to drink until right before the game starts. I'll probably crack a beer a few minutes before or something because I'm going to drink heavy during it.
Over under.
I got some shit to do too during the day.
How many beers do you usually drink during a Cowboys game? 8 to 10. Do you drink a 12-pack?
I normally don't keep count because I'm somewhere and I'm just drinking, toss them in the bucket, whatever. But I'll say this: a couple weeks ago against the Giants on Monday night was the first game of the season and the only game so far that we haven't gone out to watch, and I had 12 beers.
Yeah, that's easy. You can easily.
I told myself I got a 6-pack on my way home from work because I knew we weren't going anywhere. I'm gonna just chill on a 6-pack, get a little, slight little buzz, and then call it. I'm on beer number 5 as quarter number 1's ending. I was just pounded at the start. So I had to go. I finished my 6-pack and then started going after my random beers in the fridge. I threw in 2 Jaeger shots too.
I try not to drink more than a 12-pack during the game, but what I've been doing is I've been getting the Ultra, the tall boys, the screw tops, because they're 16 ounces. So I justify.
I still need to figure out where I'm doing tonight. I think we're gonna go out to dinner, and because where we're gonna be at, and there's a sports bar down the street for where I'm staying.
Go Texans next week.
Yeah, you're on bye, baby. Sit tight. It's a good week for Texans fans. It's a good week for Texans fans.
It's a good week. We don't lose.
I'm just kidding. That sucks. I hate when my team has a bye. But I know, let's give Rob some time to get out of the hotel room, check out. I'll see you guys for our weekly show on, Tuesday? Wednesday? Whenever we record.
One of the two days.
Let's try to do, we'll talk about that later. I gotta get going, ladies.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
See you guys. Later, chat. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Off the Clock Show. If you enjoyed what you heard, go ahead and hit that like button. If you really want to show your support, please consider subscribing. You can also follow us at our social media sites listed in the description. We will talk to you next time. Off the Clock.